Hi, my name is Angela, and in this video I'm going to be talking about PGY2 applications and PPS. I am currently a PGY1 resident, and on this channel I talk about my residency experience, and I wanted to kind of start talking about PGY2 or postgraduate year 2, same as PGY1, but the second year after your first year of residency training, kind of what that is, what PPS is, and what my specific plans are, just so it can hopefully help anyone out there who's wanting to get a perspective of someone going through the process. So PGY2, it's really more specialized than first year, and you're in a specific area, and it's going to be in time where you're getting really well versed in that area, diving into the literature behind some of the medical practices specific to drugs and other things within that field. So similar to like other health professional schools where you spend a second year or more years or a certain type of residency focused in that, second year is that focused time for pharmacy residents and pharmacists. So I'm in an ambulatory care track as a PGY1 resident, but it hasn't afforded me the opportunities I would need to do ambulatory care practice right away. And that's what I wanted. I knew I wanted 2 years to spend on the things that I wanted to grow in and become as a pharmacist. And some people don't. Some people know what they want to do or have a job in mind where it just takes 1 year. I think I've talked about this earlier, but that's not something that I wanted to do. And the competitiveness of the job market with clinical pharmacist positions, probably across the board, but maybe within AmCare, may require you to have a second year of training. So those are kind of the reasons I wanted to do it. But broadly, just think about more specialization, diving more into the literature, being really an expert in that field or in your field. There's a ton of different options. Cardiology, crit care, oncology, geriatrics, neurology, ambulatory care, just a ton. And if you want to know what's out there, if you're just way ahead of that process in your life and you want to just see what's out there, you can go to the ASHP directory, and I'll link it below, but I've talked about it before. You can type in the PGY2 option and then a subcategory. It'll give you all the list of the different, at least in the residency directory of ASHP, accredited programs. It'll give you the list of different practice areas if you're just trying to see what could you specialize in as a pharmacist as of now. So that would be a great starting point if you've never heard of PGY2s or considered PGY2s. And this is not the kind of second year that's linked to your first year program. So I'm a current PGY1 resident, but it's a whole different ball game. I'm not guaranteed a second year. I have to go through the application process again. Some programs offer early commit, but there are no guarantees necessarily unless you already have committed or have been accepted into a 2-year, 1 second year linked program. But different than that, it's like a new job basically. You have a new contract, new salary, new requirements and expectations apart from PGY1. And, there is the thought of, okay, well, why do I want to do PGY2? Will it kind of pigeonhole me in one area? And I guess I don't know exactly all the nuances with that. I would think, you have the first year training, you have the qualifications for kind of a clinical pharmacist role in probably like an inpatient area, maybe a little bit different. But if you have that second year and you don't have the job to match it, I would guess that you can still kind of, step down to a less specialized role while you're looking for your specialized career, if you're not willing to move or if you don't see the job that you like. So those are all considerations to have in mind. I think what really should drive someone to do a PGY2 is their passion for the field or their passion for the job that they would eventually have, like their patient care interactions, their interaction with providers, or their role in the healthcare system or in patient care, medication use, things like that. So really just decide if your heart's going to be in it, because it's another year of difficult, work. It's supposedly less stressful than PGY1 year. Of course, I haven't experienced it, but it's still not the time where you're fully done, I guess, and you're in your current position of employment making the full salary of a pharmacist. So make sure your heart's in it, make sure you can put in that work. Maybe you'll be burned out after first year, so make sure you can stick through. So the reason I want to do it is because I am passionate about ambulatory care, I am passionate about academia. I've had experiences so far as a resident to confirm that, but also I kind of knew early on that it was something I was passionate about. And I did a video on why I love academia. I'll do a video on ambulatory care to kind of describe that for anyone who's interested. But I know that I want to be really well equipped in that specialty area of AmCare. even though AmCare can encompass a lot of different clinical areas, because what I just mentioned, all those different types of subspecialties, you know, an AmCare pharmacist could still maybe work in a neurology clinic. It just kind of is more broad, and I like that because I like the setting and I like the patient interactions and the role that I would have. So I'm going to look for PGY2 ambulatory care tracks, positions with academia opportunities. You know, I am someone who's willing to relocate. I don't really have as many things as a PGY1, you know, before entering PGY1 applications that I do as a PGY2. I guess I'm more open. I'm willing to have more conversations and let them kind of guide me into what might best fit my my needs as a PGY2 resident, but willing to relocate. I would really like to have a longitudinal clinic because I know that's very much a part of a lot of AmCare programs as a second year. And then a lot more primary care and like outpatient management, chronic disease state management, because I'm getting more of those acute care opportunities this year. I want to have more of that next year. So little things that I'm going to look into, and I'd love to keep up with some teaching opportunities. So what is PPS and why do I bring it up? So PPS stands for Personal Placement Services. I'm very new to this, so it'll be a learning experience for me as well, but it's part of ASHP. And ASHP has their mid-year meeting, which PPS takes place during. So it's where programs and jobs, you know, it's not just limited to residency, other jobs for pharmacists. You can go to this meeting and they utilize that forum to bring in people to have these one-on-one interviews, kind of to save you, I think, time, energy, money. You know, you're already all at the meeting and then you schedule those interviews versus I have, you know, 5 different places I'm thinking about and I travel to each individual one. It kind of helps save everyone's time and to do it all in one place. So this is before I would apply to Forecast or apply through Forecast to their program. So it's kind of like a pre-interview. And the reason I'm doing it is because I don't know a lot about what I need. So I want to have a little bit more face-to-face contact or interaction, and to get that idea of what that program could offer me, I could offer the program. So I feel like it'll be a good idea for me because I don't exactly know what is out there or what I want. So it is a cost that's required, and to do PPS, you have to have a mid-year registration. So mid-year registration this year, as an idea, is $410. Which is refundable up to the time that mid-year happens. And this PPS package or this opportunity is $130. So I did have to pay both, and then you go into PPS, which I'll link below, kind of the portal and what it looks like, but it's way different than Forecast. It's way easier than Forecast. You just have to kind of do a little snippet about who you are, what you're looking for, and then you can talk about what you've done as a resident kind of shortly, your work experience, different just aspects of you, so that job seekers can kind of quickly sift through candidates that they're looking for, and then you upload your CV. So that's kind of where you're at. It's like a mold between, I think, LinkedIn and you know, Forecast. It's really a specific platform, but you have a profile that other people who are engaged in that can view. So I'm expecting to kind of check this because the possibility of other people reaching out to me is now there, which wasn't before on Forecast. So I'm going to need to check it. I'm going to need to update my CV as it goes along. And then I'm going to have to just see what happens, because some of these programs don't, they may have PPS as part of their recruitment strategy, but they have things outside of PPS. So maybe just keeping track of those certain dates is something else that comes with this, because you're going to be in rotation still as a resident. You're going to probably still have activities and things, but this is another extra add-on that you're going to have to coordinate and keep track of, but it's for your future, so it's important. But for ASHP mid-year, I don't know when or how it happens during that. That's going to be something I'll share once I figure it out, but it is better, I think, this year going to mid-year because I've done the virtual session last year, and I can certainly do a video as it gets closer about what I learned and what I would do differently, but it'll just be a whole new ball game because this is very different with COVID and with all the different virtual interviews and virtual interactions, which is good to keep us safe, but we just have to keep learning and keep figuring out what's next. But hopefully this was helpful. It's just the start of the conversations I'll have on this channel about my search for PGY2. If you have any questions, any thoughts, anything, just put them in the comments. I'm here to help. Like the video if you liked it, and share it with someone else who's maybe thinking about PGY2 and doesn't know anything about it. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.